Check 1, 2, and 3. Appreciate everybody for jumping in to the post-game live reaction to this game. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Chargers. Let's see if we can pull up everything. Appreciate everybody for your patience. It's one-man crew, and the name is Law Nation. Remember, it's just a game, right? Just a game. Preseason game at that. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Be sure to let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Shout out to No Sleep Nation. Let's continue to have the elevation to rule the nation. Shout out to the SOCs. If you know what I mean, you know how it goes. Let's go. Come on. Let's get it. We're back at it, baby. Let's go. Turn me up just a little bit more. Let's burn up this thing. Come on. Come on, baby. Who missed me? Ha ha. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Peace. Be safe if you're traveling on the road, Cowboy Nation. First and foremost, I can tell you that we are straight. We are straight as it relates to kickoff and punt return guy, right? And in the pinch, we still have Tony Pollard. In a pinch, we still have the explosiveness of Parsons, the explosiveness of D-Law when he gets out there on the field. You see how this thing evaluation goes? And 14 looked really, really good today. 14 looked really, really good today. Let me say it again. 14 looked really, really good today, and that is Jabril Cox. You know, I give him a pass on that final touchdown that when he was on the field or what have you, that they kind of blocked in the back and they didn't call it. And I'm not finna get into all the details of that. Your quarterback, Will Grier, he finished with a 92 QBR. He was 6 for 10, 98 yards, 9.8 yards per throw. That's not bad. He didn't have any touchdowns nor interceptions, had 1 sack. Cooper Rush finished 3 for 6 for 32 yards. Average attempt in the air was 5.3 for Cooper Rush. I mean, you can look at that and say, all right, he was dinking and dunking. But when you running that ball, they was dedicated to running the ball on the second series with Cooper Rush. Or was it the third? Y'all let me know. DiNucci was 2 for 2 for 4 yards. Let me refresh. Let me make sure. Yeah, he was 2 for 2 for 4 yards. And his average attempt down the field was 2 yards. That's not good. But he still finished higher as a QBR than Cooper Rush, who finished with a 66. So if it was me, I would roll with Dak Prescott and Will Grier. I would roll with those two guys. Far as the running back with the most yards were Rico, 44 yards out of 13 carries. He averaged 3.4 yards per tote. The backup running back, Malik Davis, also 4.6 yards per tote. That's pretty good. 8 attempts for 37 yards. That's not bad at all. And Brandon Smith was your quote-unquote leading receiver today with 2 receptions for 51 yards. Once again, he is the deep threat, big physical guy. 2 targets, 2 receptions. He caught everything that was thrown his way. Jake Ferguson, remarkable, right? Especially the cutback run that he did. 2 receptions for 29 yards. averaged 14 and a half. So I'm starting to think that, I saw McEwen out there, and he was looking like a shell of himself. I really would like to change my stance on what I believe, right? I really like to change my stance. And when I say this, I truly mean it. You know, I'd like to change my stance on what I believe, and Sean McEwen being the number 2 tight end.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole?
I really believe that Jake Ferguson with Dalton Schultz, it's going to look good, baby. It's going to look good. Those 2 guys right there. Mixed in with the offensive line pushing off on the ball. We didn't get into double digits flags today, which was good. I truly like that aspect of it, Cowboy Nation. We had a total of 8 flags, right? Right, so that's less than 17, right? Actually, 20 flags, which was accepted. 17, which was accepted last game, 20 flags overall. So that's an improvement, right? Can you guys agree with me on that? That's a major improvement. Not a minor. That's a major, you know. So I do like that aspect of it. Let's see.
Average per game for penalties.
I wonder who the leader was. I should have.
Can y'all hear the audio?
Up. But yeah, you know, the teams that 2-3 a game. I mean, maybe I'm just totally dreaming there, but I don't know who was the number 1 team and who was the least penalized team in the NFL last year.
I'm going to look it up.
I bet you it was the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Some reason I think it was the Packers.
Yeah, but you know
that's probably not right.
I'm not sure.
Why are you having trouble? Why I count on you for technology, and you're acting like me on technology. What are you doing here?
Get him.
Do we need to get an intern to help us with stats and stuff here?
Green Bay, number 1 in the NFL.
There we go.
4.1.
There you go.
Well,
4 penalties a game.
That's more of an indictment on Aaron Rodgers.
How many though?
Cowboys were at 7.8. So this is on their season.
That's more of an indictment on Aaron Rodgers.
It seemed like they had zero penalties.
Who was that?
Surprise, surprise. Number 2 is the L.A. Rams at 4.3. Number 3 was the Cincinnati Bengals at 4.4.
There you go.
Yeah.
Find a way to.
What 2 teams play for the Super Bowl?
Reason why I say there's an indictment on him because Aaron Rodgers had the 3rd overall ranked defense last year.
Be in good shape.
Yeah.
8 today for the Cowboys. 57.
The number 1 team with
17,
less penalties
right
last
their average
year
from last year, which is 32nd in the National Football League in 2021. 877-881-1053 is the number if you'd like to get in on the post-game show. 877-881-1053. What else did you see? What else did you like in this game? Tristan Hill, he had himself a strip sack, played well.
Who the hell is Josiah Bronson?
Bronson did a job.
Yes. Make plays today?
94.
Late in the fourth quarter, he's making plays.
All of a sudden, and I'm looking forward to seeing the All-22 on this kid. I didn't
94.
go back and look at All-22 of him against Denver. Was that anything? But Chauncey Golston had a pretty good game today, watching him play.
The Cowboys have a problem here.
That's not a problem.
It's a good problem.
It's not a problem.
It's a good problem. Who is going to get cut from their defensive line? You look at their D-line, D-end.
Why not? Don't look at his cut. Maybe the other people are watching this tape too. This is trade surplus stuff. Don't think of it as cuts.
That's a good way to look at it,
listen,
Brian.
you guys need a legitimate defensive tackle?
How many
What
guys?
do you got? Here, give me this guy. You can have my legitimate defensive tackle for your offensive tackle.
Do they look at this? Does the team look at this and say D-line, D-end in terms of the numbers? Or is it defensive line as a whole?
Yeah, it could be 6-4, 5-5.
No doubt.
They're gonna. My gut feeling is they're gonna probably carry more ends because they got a couple of guys that can play tackle. Golston can play tackle and he can play end. I thought he really played well today.
Golston did.
Tristan Hill.
He was solid.
That's
52. I'm gonna see if they're gonna bring him up.
Tristan Hill's capable of. Last week he was really, really close to getting a big hit there. But instead it ends up in a touchdown. Now, this time he gets around, he extends, knocks the ball, out of the quarterback's hands, gets on top of it. That's what you got to have from him. That's the kind of things that he's capable of. That's why I think Rod Marinelli was, pushing to get a guy like this.
Mika Tafua, another guy. That had a sack, a couple of pass breakups.
See, that's another one of those situations where somebody's scouting the game, they're watching. Cowboys are probably not going to keep him. Do they want him on the practice squad? Absolutely. But, there's a guy that someone's going to say, well, hey, there's a defensive end that we can maybe take a look at right there.
Think defensive line's the best positional group on the Cowboys?
Man, bro, you haven't been listening to my radio show since OTAs and mini camps. I've been saying that for the whole time. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's when we do the G-Bag Nation 105.3 The Fan. That's all. I mean, I'd come back, Gavin, those guys, we'd all talk about me, Eric, Zach would be at practice, and we'd talk about positions. Defensive line is the position that's in my opinion, is the deepest. It's also the best, or I don't know the correct way to say this, the most well-coached. Is that right? Best coached?
Yeah.
However you want to say it.
Yeah.
They're the best coached. And you watch those guys work, and it's not surprising. But I've been saying this, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back.
No, you have been.
But since OTA's minicamps, I said the defensive line has been the deepest and the most fun group to watch.
Isaiah Stanback even said during the game on the television broadcast that, Dante Fowler's not even a lock to make this roster. And this was right before Fowler made a play that created the Israel Mukwamu interception.
Fowler's on his team, man.
When he said that, I'm thinking, really? He's not a lock. Fowler's not a lock to make this roster.
We haven't seen like Dorrance Armstrong,
right?
We haven't seen some of the. I think Dorrance Armstrong is going to be your starter. Saw a lot of Sam Williams tonight. People were asking me, "What did you think about Sam Williams?" Sam Williams. You saw him just rock that tackle all the way to the quarterback.
He did, man.
Sam Williams has got to learn how to have some pass rush moves. Sam Williams has got to learn how to. And Sam Williams, when you watch him at Ole Miss, used to rush at the right level. He would turn the corner at the right level, and then he would capture quarterbacks or move up in the pocket. But, he's using a lot of power right now. Needs to work on a little bit better getting to that corner and then kind of dipping that shoulder underneath the blocker and then attacking where the quarterback is.
What about the offensive line? Do you like what you saw from the O-line?
I'll tell you what I thought. I thought the inside three actually did a pretty good job. When you talk about McGovern at right tackle, Farniok at center, Smith at left guard. I thought the inside three played really well. And we talk about Ball and some of the issues that that he's had with the lack of power and stuff. But overall, I think the inside three played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, they only end up at 3 yards, 3.5 yards.
They didn't run a whole lot of plays. They ran 52 plays for the whole game, and they had, if you look, they had more rushing first downs than passing first downs. So that's what shows what special teams, how huge the special teams could be.
Oh, I'd take this
they were
right
bad
here
on third down.
I'd take that.
Bill Jones was asked during the broadcast.
Let me tell y'all why I'll take this. Kelly averaged 2.6 yards per toe. I'm not even worried about this right here. I'm not worried about that at all. But when I look at this, I'm looking at Kelly averaged 2.6. Roundtree averaged 2.8. Everybody's in the twos, low twos. Our defensive front was getting it, baby. Of course, overall 3.1, but that's only spiked because of this two little runs by the quarterback. He gashed us, but I live with that. But long as they got those things right there, shoot, our defense was humming. And, 75 yards for Palmer. Good job for him. And 69 yards. We're going to have to help out our DBs. I think that collectively, Cowboy Nation, when we think about this, when we really think about it, this defense, as far as stopping the run, they improve. And that's what we've been looking for them to stop the run, help out. It's on commercial break. But I appreciate everybody for jumping in. I really, last week, 1.8. This week, 3.1 against the run. Not bad, Roy. So, yeah. And then if you can, it really, the reason why that number's so high is because of that doggone quarterback got that edge and got those 12 average. But outside of that, I think that our safeties is going to have a hell of a year this year. Even just looking at how Izzy was able to catch that interception. If we still playing that cover 3 and you got a safety that can sit on top of the roof, that's Malik Hooker job all day. That's Malik Hooker job all day. So I truly believe that this team will be better than what we've seen in practice and also seen in preseason on the defensive side. I think that this defense, if it's already flying out to the ball, let me show you guys again. Defense already flying out to the ball and only allowing 3.1 yards. I'd take that any day. And I know for sure it's spiked because of that 12. Right? And then let's look at our side of it. We got guys, we average 3.5, of course, but look at the attempts. 8 attempts, 4.6 again. That dude Malik Davis is running that thing, baby. That means our offensive line is getting pushed. That means our offensive line is getting good push. We had a punt, field goal, touchdown by them, then touchdown by us, punt. So I look at all of these little stats, and I'm trying to figure out what can we do better, right? And one thing I can tell you, we got to minimize our penalties, right? There was 2 drive killers. I think one was a false start by 73. I know the national media is going to pull that up. And then it was another drive killer for us. It was like third and 6, 3rd and 7, something like that. We got majority of those yards, or second, what have you, second and short, what have you. Second and, I believe, God dog it, 7. And we got like a big chunk play. And then we look back, it was flag on the field. We got to clear that up. And then before you know it, it was like 3rd and forever. Appreciate the donations, really early with it. St. Clair, appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and adulations for it. Says, my takeaway from tonight game, 1, Turpin has arrived. Less penalties, but still some cleaning up to do. 3, defensive. Let me see. Defense will be top 5. Okay. Defense will be top 5. I get you on that one. Yeah. Defense this year, great game. Cowboys, DC for life. You're right. My only thing is I say top 10 defense. I'm not going to anoint them so fast, but if you really feeling top 5 defense, I ain't gonna hold you against that. I ain't gonna hold that against you. No. No, I haven't been sipping. I got the little ones in the house, so I haven't sipped tonight. No, I haven't been sipping at all. Straight H2O. No drink for me tonight. But I appreciate you, Nick. Thank you so much for your concerns. All right, so what we gonna do? Let's listen back to 105 and
all your work.
No, you guys want to open up the phone lines? Let me know. Let me know if you guys want to talk to me tonight, and we will keep it. We'll keep it 2 minutes this time. We'll give you guys 2-minute warnings. Yeah, nothing but the best. H2O. And while that's going on, appreciate everybody. Be sure, while I get the phone lines operating, be sure to check us out.
Let the Cowboys Experience introduce you to a whole new way to enjoy a Cowboys football weekend. Experience the ultimate Cowboys player and fan event at Toyota Music Factory on the Texas
You are
Lottery
the
Plaza.
only participant in the
Making lasting memories by
conference.
booking at cowboysexperience.com
All participants
today.
are muted.
No doubt. 817-888-1726. We put you right in the mix. And that is to get tickets to the game. I can't wait to see your beautiful faces out there week 1 and week 2. I need you guys. To be there. All right, so also 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. If somebody can put that in the chat, I'll pin it to the top. And let's go. I can't wait to hear you guys. The phone lines are open. Come on, voice your thoughts, voice your opinions. Let's get it. And we'll be right on the double.
Schneid and win one since August 24th, 2019, when they beat the Houston Texans 34-0. So they win this one 32-18 over the Los Angeles Chargers at SoFi Stadium. In a moment, we'll hear what Mike McCarthy had to say following this 32-18 victory. But first, home to over 8,500.
Right. So y'all let me know. Somebody turn on 105, and y'all let me know when Mike get on so we can tune into that audio too. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to play clock game. Clock game is 2 minutes, okay? You get 2-minute warning, okay? And then after that 2-minute buzzer hit, you already know. You'll hear that sound. That's how we'll do it tonight. All right, so let's go for my guy, Tariq, from the 585. You're live.
Yeah, what's going on, Law? What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Stand up.
Stand up.
Yo,
Yeah.
all I want to say is this, man. Next game, we got to see if Badass is really badass. Because if he ain't badass, Boniat need to get up in the game. That dude been doing it the last couple of weeks. He been pushing the pile.
Yeah.
And we got a running back problem, too, because number 34, we got to get him on this team some kind of way.
Somehow.
That dude, he moves the pile forward. That's what I want to see. And my other thing is, man, how about that dude turn up turfing? That's my guy. I knew that little dude had something in him, man. I saw a little Mighty Mouse do a little Mighty Mouse.
Hold tight right quick, man. Hold tight. We got the interview on. Hold on.
Each and every opportunity.
Appreciate you, though, Tariq.
Gilmore here, Coach. Being able to play as many guys as you did tonight, how much does that help you in preparation for the final cutdown?
Oh, it's huge. We're
they got a robot.
We know it's going to be very
like
difficult.
A robot over there.
And it's going to be extremely competitive. I mean, that's what you want on your football team. And, and we felt that way when we put the 80-man roster together. So, but yes, we sat over, 25-plus players tonight, and it gave our young guys. And that's where, we're just trying to get these young guys as many reps as possible because, this is what draft and develop looks like. So this is our process.
All right, there's Mike McCarthy. Their audio courtesy of CBS 11. Brian brought us our.
Did Gilmer make the trip to L.A.?
I believe he did.
That's that guy from Gilmer, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, all right.
Asking questions. He's always one of the first to ask questions to the coach, but usually it's the home games.
It's the home game. I'm like, man, all right. No, because usually, it's funny because you've got the media that covers the team, and then it's funny. It's always was a day.
All right, man. Y'all let me know when another interview is up. Tariq, man, you back live, man. I'm going to start you all the way over again.
Hey, man. Well, it looks like we got a problem in a couple other rooms, too, man. LVE got to watch his back. I want to see if this dude still looking slow out here when it's coming to running the head.
Yeah, that's another thing, too, though. I can't wait to see LVE because he looked good in practice and shells and everything, but I need to see him in live action, so you're right.
Yeah, I need to see him in live action, man. And my other thing, I'm about to land this plane, this defensive line, they look pretty damn good, too, especially on these ends. I don't know who number 59 is and who 94 is. It looked okay, man. But that's all I'm going to say. Hey, man, go Cowboys. Let's do our thing this year. Thanks.
No doubt, man. Good call from my guy Tariq, man. Always holding it down. Now here's the thing. The craziest thing of it is 59, that's Big Cat. I did a deal on him. He played for Auburn, right? He was looking good for Auburn. And then he ran out of years, and then he went off to another school. I think it was the University of Central Florida, something like that. And it was okay. He kind of shined a little bit there, but strength of schedule and things like that kind of got him overlooked. Yeah, and then 94, Bronson, he looks pretty good, solid, So it would be a hard decision for the Cowboys to cut another interior guy to keep him. So I need for 94 not to show up anymore, right? Because I want him. UCF, yeah, he played for them. Appreciate you. All right, Lady Jessica, you're live. You're back at it.
Yes.
Talk to
This
me.
has been a great game. Like I said, Turpin is good, and they did clean up on the penalties, 8, and some of them penalties wasn't even really penalties. That was a bunch of mess.
Right.
Like when the dude was trying to defend handle his man. They got mad because he handled the man.
Right.
So then they want to lie and say that he faced that. That boy didn't even touch that man's face. He was pushing that man back and his hand went up. But anyway, clear as day. But like someone said, Turpin turned up. He doing good. I'm glad they set him out. Like I said, we don't need to show too much on that young man, too much film, give him too much to work on. You know what I mean? Give it away. We don't need to give away our secrets. Yes, let them play, let them do what they do. I'm glad they got the dub tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of this play out. I'm just looking for a great year, like I do every year, and everybody stay positive. Stop thinking negative. Always be positive. Don't look at the little mess up, just know they gonna fix it.
Right.
Just believe they gonna get out there and do what they gonna do. Like I said, this is dress up to see we gonna keep and who gonna go. And it's looking pretty good. And I'm looking for the new defense to get out there. Man, this defense connect with the regular defense. Man, it's gonna be lit on our team, and this is what we've been wanting for our team. And I'm just loving what I'm seeing. Every year is new improvement and new jewels to add to what we already have. Let's go Cowboys and try to get that fixed. That's all I can say.
No doubt. That's good. That's good stuff right here to Lady Jessica, man. Put your hands together for Lady Jessica. All right, so we got Queen in the house for the 9-10. You in?
Yeah, Lord, y'all got me all up late, but I'm enjoying myself.
Yes, indeed.
I have a couple of questions.
Who
allowed that sack that got Danucci?
The Danucci. Now, one thing I think he probably gave himself that sack. But are you talking about Will Greer sack?
Yeah, Greer.
Greer. I have to go back. I don't want to put it on anyone. It appears it could have been Ball, though. I have to go back and rewatch it. And I don't want to yell out any name right now. I got to go back and rewatch it. Somebody in the chat probably knows.
Man, if that was Ball, man, I'm not too happy about Ball. I'm sorry. I sure tried to watch him tonight because I know it's been a lot of conversation back and forth between you guys about Ball. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't very impressive tonight. And the other question was, who is 73? Is that Tyler Smith?
Yeah, Tyler Smith, big boy.
Oh, Lord have mercy, dude.
Why, what's going on? Talk to me. Oh, I forgot to start your timer.
The penalty. That's bonehead penalty.
Oh, the false start?
Yeah.
Nah, I have to go back. Look, from a fan aspect, I'll say, yeah, bonehead. But from an analytical part of it, I have to go back and rewatch the tape, all 22 and beyond, to get it, to truly give you my thoughts on it.
It seemed like that little series right there kind of was a motivation killer. That whole little series right there, those 3 penalties back to back or whatever.
Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to say was them boys got tired at the end. I don't like to see that.
When they gave up that weak touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah. You play for at least 60 minutes. You got to play. Bust your ass for at least 60 minutes. That's how many minutes is in a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's way long. I mean, in a game, I know it's way more than that. But they're gonna have to get some more stamina from somewhere because stay out that coochie long enough to play a game.
You stop dissipating. Wait a minute now, Queen. You can't have both of them. You can't let them hang in and get them dissipating too. So it's rough on them boys right now.
All right now, Law. That's all I had. Y'all let them hang, Cowboy.
Wait a minute. All right.
What?
All right. You have a good night. Let them hang, though. Let them hang.
Let them hang,
Cowboy. She burned up, man. She ain't right.
Joe, appreciate the call.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Appreciate calling.
I will say this, though.
She is not right,
if
man.
they do want to spend the money, you could just franchise Schultz again.
Right.
Schultz is probably going to have 100 catches this year.
Oh, my gosh.
He's probably going to have 100 catches.
Let him hang.
Because they're going to, the way teams are going to play CeeDee Lamb, and until they get Gallup going and all that, Dalton Schultz is going to have a ton of targets and a ton of receptions.
You think we're going to see a lot of 12 personnel this year?
I don't know if it's 12 personnel, man. You could play 11 personnel, use him as like I said, that big wide receiver.
Right.
You could flex.
I just meant, you think like they'll get Schultz and Ferguson on the field at the same time at times? Will they need to use Ferguson's inline blocking?
No, I don't. I think that if you want to play 12 personnel with Ferguson, sure. I mean, the great thing about Ferguson is that he has the ability to do both.
Right.
Where I think Schultz is I think Schultz could be a elite type of a receiver.
It has been.
He can be.
Yeah, he's gonna have 100. I believe he's gonna have 100 receptions.
Yeah, and especially given the uncertainty they have at the wide receiver position.
I wouldn't be surprised if he led the team in receptions. I really wouldn't.
877-881-1053. Logan in Plano.
We're going to listen to Logan, and then we're going to jump
Network.
into the phone lines. Come on.
In Jason Garrett fashion, how we doing, guys?
Doing great, Logan. How about yourself?
Well, good. It's glad to be calling again this season. I've been listening for a long time. I just had my 18th birthday. I've been listening for about 7-8 years now, every week. And I had a question for Broadus.
Yeah.
I'm 18. I was a little young when Devin Hester was making rounds for the Chicago Bears, but I've seen the highlights. Does Turpin have, if he can even be 50% of what Devin Hester was? No.
No. Devin Hester was one of the rarest players you'll ever imagine. Devin Hester reminded me so much, and I don't mean to jump on you, man. I was just having fun with you. Devin Hester was one of those guys like Barry Sanders. When he caught the ball, you held your breath. This kid has got ability. He's got ability to make people miss and all that. Could be super dynamic, but Devin Hester honestly changed the way that, you absolutely, people that punted his direction. There was a guy way back in the day named Mel Gray that used to play for the Detroit Lions. Look him up. You're a young guy. You know how to use that YouTube stuff. Look up Mel Gray as a punt returner and stuff like that. But Devin Hester is as rare of a player as you come. But hey, this guy could be a weapon. There's no question about it. He could be a weapon, though. But will people treat him like we will neutralize him by not kicking the ball his direction?
What do you think made Hester different? The vision?
Oh God, he was just his ability to it. Every time it looked like that he was going to get tackled. No, it wasn't.
Hey, but low key, when you guys look up Devontae Hall? No one had a stretch better than him, and there's a series out there, a documentary series that Devontae Hall was actually in that spurt of time better than Devin Hester. Now Devin Hester was phenomenal for what he did, but if you add in Cavante, what he brings to the table, man, it's always happening every so many odd years that these type of things happen.
Are who we thought they were. Like that was all Devin Hester.
Yeah,
it was just Hester. Just doing ridiculous
human
things.
joystick, whatever that dude
turn
name
a game
is.
around.
Not D'Angelo
completely.
Hall.
And by the way, I don't. Hester is
Dante.
not
I said Devontae. Dante. My bad. Dante Hall.
Yeah.
Look up Dante. There's a series.
You talk about.
There's a series out there of Dante Hall on YouTube that his stretch of games was far better than Devin Hester. And pardon me of the mix-up of the words there. But neither here, I'm not discounting Hester. He's unbelievable. He's phenomenal. I got the 915. You live.
Hello?
Yep, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Law Nation? Your friend Alfonso from El Paso wanted to talk to you about preseason game number 2.
Yeah, number 2. Let's get it.
All right, let's start off real quick. I got 2 minutes. So, the player of the game I saw all over the place, Israel Mukwamu. This was his coming out party today. Do you agree?
I agree.
He was all over the field, interception to start off the game. I saw it great. Between the 3 corners, Deron Bland, Nashawn Wright, and Joseph, Bland I think is showing out better. And then it's Nashawn Wright, and then it's Joseph, unfortunately. I think we need to cut Joseph.
As far as cuttable, I don't know if they're going to cut him, though. I don't think that the Cowboys would eat that. Second-round draft pick already cut in the second year. I don't think they would do that.
Well, let's hope he steps up on game 3, but I did see Bland, Ian Bland, go from one side of the field to the other side of the field just to make a tackle. Super impressed. Our first-round draft pick, super strong. He got a penalty. I'm not worried about that. He's a great lineman. I'm super happy about him. And then I don't know if you saw that running back that, knocked down 3 people. I don't know if it was Malik Davis or Dowell.
It had to be Malik, I believe. Malik was running like a freak out there, man. He was done his thing, It
would have been on Angry Runs if you watched Good Morning Football.
Oh, yeah.
But, just wanted to talk to you about the preseason. My time's about to run out. I'm seeing it right here. Like I said, I'm going to be at the Bucks game.
Okay.
I'm going to hang out with you.
Yeah.
And then the Cowboys are going to win.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't wait, man. You already declare and decree, and I can't wait to see this happen in, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Now, can we say something in Spanish real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Puro pinche Cowboys. Let's go.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, man. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see you, fam. Shout out to him from the 915, keeping it live, baby. And Montana, hold tight right quick. They on commercial anyway. Let's go. I got my guy, Montana from the 614. You live.
What up, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me.
Hey, man. I said I wasn't going to watch the Cowboys this year. God damn it, that defense is making it hard for me not to pay attention. That man Quinn just did something.
He did.
He did something. I was telling y'all last year, and I'm telling y'all again this year, the defense is the shield for Dallas, just like the old days. Yeah, we're going to have some offense, but this defense will be a problem.
It will be, man. I can't wait to see. Hey, I think you got me up loud, man. Can you turn me down? Yeah, you got me in that multiple times. Yeah. Montana.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. But you got me echo. I hear reverb.
You hear echo now?
Yeah, you must got me up. You good? You better now. So talk to me now. Talk to me. Go ahead.
So like I was saying, a lot of people keep talking about Devin Hester with Turpin, but y'all got to understand, Josh Cribbs is better than all those dudes. Y'all sleeping on Josh Cribbs. That boy was unstoppable. Nobody wanted Josh Cribbs to get that ball or it was home. Y'all forgetting about him. Okay, yeah, Devin Hester was nasty, but Josh Cribbs on the list higher than him as far as all-time great returners.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I had no rebuttal to that. Cribbs would take it to the crib, bro. He was nice.
Cribb. That's all I got to say. Cribb,
he'll take it to it, man. Appreciate you for calling in, Montana, man. Appreciate you.
Already.
It's a good call from him. All right. Here's the thing. Hester, Dante Hall, Josh Cribb, who else? Howard, Desmond Howard, all of those boys are unique and none of them the same. None of them the same, right? Even Pac-Man for a quick second before he got on to all the other things on the outside. Pac-Man used to be good on kickoff return. None of these guys are the same. And Jacoby, y'all help me out. Jacoby for the Ravens. None of those guys the same as what we got out of Turpin. Turpin going to be Turpin. Turpin going to be that new wave, right? Prime was different, right? Prime was different. But if you contextualize all of the people outside of Prime, majority of the teams that they played on, Cardell Patterson was nice too, majority of the teams that they played on didn't have an explosive offense. Let me repeat. Majority of the teams that they played on didn't have an explosive offense. You know, so now you guys contextualize why this dude is going to be so nasty with it. So pay attention to the fact that now if you have, except Prime played on some good offense. And maybe Dante Hall played on some, and Desmond Howard for 1 year, but, that offense wasn't explosive. They had just a big guy with a big arm named Brett Favre. But what I'm saying is what I'm trying to tell you guys, the amount of weapons that the Cowboys offense got, plus you add in this defense, plus you add in this offense, what they're going to do, and the special team coach, what they're going to do with this dude, man, it's going to be nasty with it. Why? Because when you think about the Chicago Bears, they had good defense, but their offense was stale. When you think about Joshua Cribb, who can take it to the crib, he didn't have offense nor defense. So now it's going to be a real good team for us, man. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be a real good team for us. Let's see what they're talking about over here.
18, Cowboys win their first preseason game for the first time since 2019. And we're taking your phone calls and your texts at 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Also broadcasting on Twitch. You can watch us at Twitch at Dallas Fan Cam. That's Twitch at Dallas Fan Cam. Postgame show brought to you by AT&T, the official 5G innovation partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Before we get to Will Greer, who took the podium,
Willie.
let's talk to Lee in Carrollton. Go ahead, Lee. You're on the Dallas Cowboys radio network. Lee.
Hello, Lee.
All I can think of is rush hour. Lee.
877-881-1053 if you'd like to call or text to get in on the postgame show.
All I can think of is rush hour.
877-881-1053. How about Logan from Wiley, 972?
Logan Paul, baby.
Love what I saw from Houston on special teams tonight. Why didn't he line up at wide receiver a lot?
It's funny, they ran 52 plays offensively. They really didn't.
So for context, just so people have a better idea, like what would be like an average? 70, 80?
Yeah, Jerry, it's funny. Jerry said in the pregame, he goes, we're only going to run about 60 plays. It's pretty damn close. Sometimes you get some more average between 65, 68 plays a game. If you're really humming along offensively, you can hit 70, But yeah, that's they didn't get many opportunities for offensive snaps. Really didn't need to throw the ball. Special teams was big today.
Yeah,
it was.
With what they were able to do.
Yeah, you get 14 points at special teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got some points off turnovers, stuff like that.
200. It's rare to score 30 points in a game and only have 242 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
That doesn't. You get anything less than 300 yards in any NFL game, and that's not good. But it was enough.
Yeah.
In terms of the quarterback battle, Will Greer and Cooper Rush.
This thing's going to go to Seattle on Friday night.
It's coming down to the wire.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I say, Cooper Rush won the quarterback battle last year on the last preseason game of the year.
He did.
Everybody was thinking, this is over. This is over. Who's a guy that why am I drawing a complete?
Oh, Garrett Gilbert.
Garrett Gilbert, yeah. Garrett Gilbert was like the whole time. He's the two. He's the two. Even when Dak Prescott was out with the shoulder problems, Garrett Gilbert. And then Cooper Rush played out of his skull final preseason game, and lo and behold, he's the backup quarterback.
Will Greer, 6 of 10 for 98 yards, did not have a touchdown. Cooper Rush, 3 of 6 for 32 yards, so an average of 9.8 for Will Greer, and Cooper Rush was an average of 5.3. DiNucci, by the way, 2 of 2 for 4 yards. Let's talk with Chris in Dallas. Go ahead, Chris. You're on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Excellent, Chris. Thanks.
I'm great. Yeah, I was just going to say, because I know Will McClay, he got Turbin for, as a kick return or punt return.
He did. He absolutely did.
But with Tyreek Hill top speed, like, what does he run, like a 4.2? This guy has to start as a second slot receiver.
Not really.
On a team side by side with CeeDee Lamb. This offense would be way more dynamic. What do you guys think?
Well, like I said, the things I told you, yeah, if you want to incorporate him as, if you want to bring him in for some of the, jet sweeps, if you want to bring him in for reverses, if you want to,
for those,
he might be too damn valuable for you. It just you need him as a punt and kickoff return guy. You don't want to, maybe not use him all the offensive snaps, but the skill he has. When you talk about guys like Hill and people like that,
they
tracking the ball, going to getting the ball. This guy is not that guy. This guy is when it comes to tracking a punt, tracking a kickoff, great. But, he's got the skills that I saw him catch the ball. It was nice. It's not that there's not a big catch radius here.
Right.
He's a small guy.
5'9",
you stand next to him, it's like, oh, hi, little brother. That's what I'm saying.
You can see just how he's wearing his jersey.
He's tiny.
He's tiny.
That's so, when you start talking about running him through the middle and catch radius and all that stuff, no. With guys like Hill, that's a thick guy. That's a big, when you talk about big,
Ninja Turtle,
sturdy,
man.
He's short.
He just look like a Ninja Turtle,
He
man.
is a powerful looking guy.
And
this guy's very slight.
Running the slot is not like straight line speed.
No, but you could use the whole field.
Yeah.
I see what he's saying about use the whole field, but I don't see it as like a guy that would be that. If you want to throw him screens and things like that, let's go.
I get what Brian Broaders has said in Cowboy Nation. You got to protect the young kid. You want to have a specialized weapon on kickoff and punt returns, right? Somebody that can give you spark. He will be more valuable to this team to give you a half of a field. Now, on 9 routes or your flag routes or end around, yes, you can do that. Tell them get out of bounds. These guys, this 280, 290 or 225, they're going to try to land on 155. They're going to try to snap him in half. Look, Tavon Austin is Big Tay for a reason, right? Tavon is a little bit bigger than this dude. He's 155 pounds, and he is really 150 pounds when you look at him in personal. So I'm not saying that he's not big enough to play football at all, but I don't want him to start conditioning his mind to say, okay, I need to get 180 or I need to get 170. No. Man, use your unique weapon of being 155, being that guy that can take the top off the defense, and, hey, be that threat that, man, when it's time for the punt the ball or kickoff return, that you give the Cowboys a shorter field so the offense can get back to work. Look, Beasley is solid, man. Beasley is bigger than this dude. I've literally seen Kevontae Turpin, and he is smaller than Cole Beasley, and Cole Beasley is considered a really small dude. So let's not put this kid in this type of situation to put too much food on his plate. And there's no hate at him, by the way.
Slipped under my feet a little bit, but made a good play. The guy was on top, threw it back shoulder, he came back and got it. It was a good play.
Going through the 2 days in the scrimmages, and then this game, you build your case that maybe I can be the number 2 guy here.
Yeah, I think it was good. I don't really worry about that. I try to be the best me I can be. I think, Coop brings a lot to the game. I bring a lot. I think we're very different, and it's not really up to us to make that decision. So I'm just going to be the best me I can be and, just try to help the Cowboys win any way I can.
You got the practices this week, but I'm just curious, the amount of time between game reps and then the injury as well. How much of an acclimation period is there just to kind of get used to the speed of the game?
Yeah, I think there's some. I'm going on year 4 now, so I'm kind of used to the speed. A lot of it's just, playing within the offense. The game reps are different, so it's good. The preseason's great for those just real live reps. The practices are good just to play against somebody besides your defense to see some different looks. So all in all, I think it was a good week. I like joint practices a lot. I like seeing other defenses in practice and getting to play them in the preseason.
All right, there's Will Greer, who, though he was signed by the Cowboys last year, this is the first time Cowboys fans are seeing him in action. He said about him and Cooper Rush, quote, I think we're a lot different. And
yeah.
What's different about Cooper Rush and Will Greer?
Give it to us, Brian Broaders.
When you watch them play, I kind of feel like that Will Greer has a little bit more elusiveness to his game. I think he has a little bit better ability to slide in the pocket.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, I think that Will Greer could throw from different platforms. You watch him at West Virginia, down low, sidearm. He's almost got a little bit like with him and Ben DiNucci, that ability to kind of throw from different platforms, different arm slots. I think he moves around better than Cooper Rush.
Yeah, he was a stud coming out, too. He went to Florida.
Oh, he's a highly decorated guy. And I know Doug Nussmeier. Was a coach at Florida, was recruiting him. Went to school in North Carolina, right? When you in the Charlotte area, somewhere around there?
Yes.
Davidson, North Carolina? Maybe? I don't know. I know he's from North Carolina, but highly decorated quarterback coming out. So, yeah, and so he's got a sponsor in the room, when you start to talk about Doug Nussmeier. But different in the way he moves, different in the way he operates.
More athletic?
I think so. I'd say so. Got a
better arm?
Probably a little bit better touch. Kind of slings it a little bit more than what I think that with Cooper, he's a little bit more over the top. And I think with Will, he's a little bit more of a kind of a slinger.
Yeah,
you don't need a complicated play to bring it into the end zone. That's why you should trust the team at blockchain.com to make buying, selling, and trading crypto easy.
He snuck that doggone commercial in on me. All right, so from the 803, you got Coach Marv in the house. You live.
Hey, what's going on, Law? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I can't complain.
Man, it's good to have a Cowboy victory. I don't care when it is, brother. It's always good to have a Cowboy victory.
No doubt, Coach.
Hey, let me give you a couple of notes, man, that I took from the game. As Collins, we should at least try him on the left hand side. The guy's playing his butt off. So showed me again the same thing I seen. He showed me the same thing I seen the first game. Might even show me a little bit better this game. When you don't hear about a guy, you know he's doing his work, and he's doing his work. I mean, Kid's a pretty good lineman. But I already know what their plan is. I can tell you what their plan is with the swing. Let's just get this out of our head. The Cowboys do not consider a ball a swing tackle. Okay. Ball is they're prepping ball to be the left tackle backup.
Right.
And if something goes wrong with Tyron Smith, if ball blows up, this is what you're gonna see, Law, and I'll be okay with it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna see Steele move to the left side and Collins move in the right tackle. That's what they going with, 2 tackles on both sides. One gonna be a backup right tackle, one gonna try to be a backup left. That's because I don't see Tyler Smith going out there till they start working. If they start working Tyler Smith outside, some in practice, since when they in full contact, then I say they'll move Tyler Smith out there. But that's where they're trying to ball plays, a couple of plays, and 2 practices ago on the right hand side. But ever since then, he just been left. So, and the only person who's playing right back up now is Collins, and they solid with that because Collins doing a heck of a job. But that's just my theory. It'll fall in there somewhere in this game. But I do want to say one thing about the offense. I just want to bring this to the Cowboy fans, and this is something I want to bring to you, Law.
No doubt, Coach.
Our offense needs to attack the middle of the field between 10 yards to 20 yards down the field. That is where our offense, I have not just been saying that this year. I've been saying that in previous years. When we attack the middle of the field from 10 to 20 yards, it opens our offense up greatly. We get so enamored with making most of our passes at the numbers or outside the numbers. Or we do these little dump off passes 5 yards, or we see all these passes, we have 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. We need to start attacking the middle of the field between 10 to 20 yards down the field, and you'll see this offense open up big. The reason why I say that, football, if you attack the middle of the field, that's where your biggest plays come from. The middle of the field. Defenses do not like when you attack the middle of the field. You attack the middle of the field, it makes this constriction. Then you get a lot of outside runs. You get everything. But you have to dominate the middle of the field. I tell people to watch football. Watch all the games. Every game you watch. Big plays come in the middle of the field. And I think sometimes our offense gets restricted to attacking the outside. If you look at all our plays, even Dak Prescott, if you look back at C.D. Lamb's biggest plays, you look at Mark Cooper's biggest plays, you look at Cedric Wilson's biggest plays, they're attacking the middle of the field. It may end up on the outside when they get to the end zone, but attacking the middle of the field.
No doubt. Appreciate you so much, Coach Marr. Thank you for calling in, man. That's a good call from him.
All right.
That's a good call from him. That's Coach Marv, man. You guys know through the weeks we have Coach Marv to jump on the show and give us his thoughts of everything. And And he's right on the money with it. The middle of the field, that's the first thing that they teach quarterbacks to do, too, is to hit that middle of the field, the hook area, and it's the easiest pass to throw. But it get clouded in there, and you got to trust your formations and step inside that pocket. The thing that he's talking about far as Avante Collins, the TCU kid, he's a guy that they got positional flex. He can play right and left side, and he can play guard and tackle. He's number 76. If you look back at a big run, I believe by Will Greer, you see 76 got his hands into the inside and shield off the opposition and allow Will to be Will Romo out there. So I do like that aspect of Collins. Now, do the coaches like it? I don't know. Now, when I say coaches, I'm talking about Joe Philbin and all of those guys. I'm talking about all of those guys. So, all right, so the next caller we have waiting is the 202. You're live.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say, man, I got to give a nice shout-out to Will McClay, man, because this draft class, they looking physical, man.
Yo.
Alex Smith, every play looked like he just pushing people down the field, man. They just followed that left side all day today.
Yo, they did
man,
that.
Even the second-year players, McQuamu, man, he had a great showing today. I like the way he was moving around. I like the way he see the field. He was making a lot of plays, especially that first series. I think he stopped the running back in the backfield a little bit, and then he got tackled. Of course, we all seen the interception, and then I think the first run play, he stopped the running back too.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, this rookie class, they physical. So Sam Williams, Tyler Smith, Ridgeway.
Yeah.
Everything looked like people knew what they was doing this week. I take my hats off to them boys this week.
Man, shoot, I got to, man. Those boys did a great job out there, and shout out to them, man, for doing that. You know, I can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the table for the next week and the following week, because this right here is what we've been looking for out of this team, consistency, and then Will McClay just doing his thing with developing and getting people out there to fit our system. It's remarkable, man, flat out.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that special teams, man. Ooh, man, that's a big game changer, because it just, like you said, just looking at the numbers, yeah, that was crazy. Well, I could put up 32 points, and the offense was barely, you know what I'm saying, touching the field.
Right. It's shoot.
And I can just tell you right now, I kind of feel sad for some of these coaches, because it's going to be tough, man, when it comes to cutting these guys, man, because a lot of people look like they deserve it. Tristan Hill look like he need to be on the team.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, though, fam. Thank you, fam. Yeah, good call from him. Y'all bear with me right quick. Got to fix up my Facebook over there. Look like they wasn't getting the feed, but let's listen to these. They're still on commercial. All right, give me 1 second. Let me fix up my Facebook right quick, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. And while I'm doing that, be sure to check us out over here.
Let the Cowboys Experience introduce you to a whole new way to enjoy a Cowboys football weekend. Experience the ultimate Cowboys player and fan event at Toyota Music Factory on the Texas Lottery Plaza, making lasting memories by booking at cowboysexperience.com today.
No doubt. That's 817-888-1726, and you'll be in the mix. Can't wait to see y'all beautiful faces over there. We got the first event in a few weeks, and I can't wait to see you guys out there. We will be doing some beautiful workshops in this area and the Dallas area, and I can't wait to see y'all out there for the Cowboys Experience event and beyond. Appreciate everybody. All right, so we're going to tune in to 105.3 The Fan. If you're on the line, just hold tight.
This has been said. I mean, they've been looking for a return guy, a specialist, and they felt like they found one when they signed him. And, and you can tell, when he was signed, it said wide receiver Kevontae Turpin signed. It was like, no, this is a guy that made his hay at TCU, and in his career, being a return guy and being just a dynamic player in the open field, and that's what we saw here this evening.
Yeah, that's the whole thing was he was outstanding in the USFL. And give the pro scouts a lot of credit. Give Will McClay a lot of credit. That's Will's baby right there, pro scouting stuff. I mean, he loves college scouting, but he also loves to evaluate other NFL teams and other leagues.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, he's really good.
Curse last year.
He's got a good feel for that stuff. Will's done a great job with that, and so I mean, I remember the day I went up and I said, "Hey, this kid, give me the thumbnail, Will." He goes, "Returner, number one. He's a returner. That's what he's going to do. He's going to be a returner. And if we could get something out of him as a receiver, then that'll be fine."
Right.
So they had an idea. They had a vision.
Don't get greedy, Cowboy Nation.
What he can do.
Y'all
He's
want
had
to
the
get greedy,
opportunity
man.
to do it tonight. So good for him to be able to make those two big plays. I just felt like that. People
was
say,
always
he made the
there,
team.
man.
No,
It was
to me,
always there.
this was. They knew what they had.
This is the culmination.
They
of it.
knew.
Yeah.
So they're all like on the plane flight home. They're all watching their iPads right now, and they're all going back and watching it. And they're like, "Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we expected from him when we brought him in."
And this is the type of thing too, where you talk a lot about you don't want to show anything in preseason. You want to keep it bland and just not put anything on tape that people can look at in terms of preparing for you. This is the opposite. This is the type of tape you want people to look at as future opponents to be like, we can't kick to this guy.
Yeah, that's where if we continue, say Tampa does kick to him or Cincinnati does kick, and then all of a sudden he becomes the story of the games where all of a sudden Dallas is now getting field position. It doesn't have to be
touchdowns.
Right.
It could be 15 yards or return. That kind of stuff's devastating
Shorten the field,
when you start to talk about field position, catching the ball on, the 40 and going inside the other team's 50. Now, that's something that the Cowboys have never.
Right.
I mean, I shouldn't say
Never,
but
but it's
been a while since they've had somebody that dynamic that could catch the ball. I remember, like I say, the Cole
Devin
Beasleys
Harris.
of the world. Fair catching the ball, being secure, and then going about their way, and then not getting any type of field position from that. This kid can give you some field position right there.
Dallas Cowboys insider for the Cowboys flagship 105 through the fan, Bobby Belt, who you can read his thoughts, the good, the bad, and the ugly from the Cowboys 32-18 win over the Chargers at 105throughthefan.com. He texted to remind us that Sean McEwen had a couple of big blocks to free Kevontae Turpin on the kick and punt return for
had
touchdown.
A block in the back on that one.
Yeah, man. All right, so we got my guy. We're going to pull up the phone lines. Shout out to everybody that's watching. I got my guy, MJ. You live from the 206. You in the mix?
Hey, what's up, fam?
Nothing to it, man. How you feeling? You was at the game,
I'm
right?
good.
You was at the game, right?
No, I didn't go to the game. I was watching on TV.
Okay.
And I was, because I had to go to work. All them people in front of my work, all them girls. So let me walk away. But, tonight was good, man. That number 2 boy, that boy dangerous, boy.
Dwayne Harris. I call him man Devin Harris. Yeah, number 2 did look good, man. Yeah.
I said he got the same type. That's how you run punt. Cause you make the first. If you make the first man miss, you gone.
You gone. Yep.
You gone. And now you know what they just put in. That's gonna be a lot of shanking to punish.
Yeah.
They saw that the whole. I know the Eagles saw that. The Redskins are down there. Oh fuck. They got another weapon.
Yep.
And I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the receivers, because when Dak Prescott plays, he's gonna throw like Aikman, and that running game is gonna be dangerous. What did I say? Remember I told you? I said both backs gonna get 1,000 yards.
Man, I'm thinking of 3 head right now. I'm looking at like I like Rico. I truly do. But I would like the aspect of putting in Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, and then splashing in my guy Malik Davis.
Yeah.
Man, I'm that crazy with it.
And it's gonna be crazy, bro.
It will be,
I'm
man.
telling you, it's gonna be a good. That's what I keep telling people. Cowboys fans, you gotta stop panicking, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
We're gonna have
They're gonna be running over people, and that passing gonna be good. Hey, and you know who else turned it out? I was watching his blocking, number 48, Ferguson. Ooh, Nate said it. He said, if that other tight end, we get the other tight end to block with that 12 personnel, oh, my God.
No
Them
doubt,
teams
man.
in trouble, man.
Appreciate
They
you,
in
man. Let me
trouble.
hear you say it, man, before I let you roll, man.
And all I want to say, since I meant to work, how about them goddamn Cowboys? Excuse my friend.
That's my goal. That's my guy right there, man. Appreciate you, man. MJ, I got Poindexter, man, next on the list, man. My guy, PD, man, you live.
What's the deal, Pickle? Is everything kosher?
Yeah, everything good, man. Everything good over here, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man, I enjoy watching the game, especially the first half.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to get to this 53-man roster projection now, man. It looks like some people taking up some things here, so might have some surprise cuts. What you think?
It's gonna be crucial, man. We only got 10 spots for the the practice squad, and they already put Ty Farfagel on there, and they squeezed some other guy on there, so we only got like 7 spots or maybe 6 spots left.
Well, won't be able to hide nobody, that's for sure. These young boys showing up, man. There's a lot of them. I like Coach bringing up Collins. I gotta check out that all 22 man and check out it. The boy doing work. Offensive linemen. If you don't hear about them, then that means that they most likely doing their job. So. We might have to find a spot for him on the team. And, Turbin made the team, and we wasn't really, I don't know if that's C.J. Goodwin's spot or if that's going to, take a spot for one of the receivers. Yeah. I did see him on that end around, man. You see him do that left leg, he kind of slowed down and turned the corner on the dude, man. This dude got skills, man. He's got good vision. And he's got good skills. He's not just going to be a return specialist. They're going to use him in the offense. That's for sure. They're going to use him on a lot of plays in offense. Like I say, man, second preseason game, man, it's still a lot. We got the season, and, with us right now, we thinking we need to win playoff games. Maybe that's putting the cart before the horse, but ultimately, I know some of us saying, we're going to the Super Bowl, but right now our thing is to get in the playoffs and make some hay in the playoffs. If Super Bowl is at the end of the line, then hey, that's cool too. But right now we're trying to build that team, man, get that solid 53-man roster.
No doubt, man. Hey, you spitting good stuff over there. Let me hear you say it before I let you go.
How about them Cowboys, my man?
That's my guy, man. PD, man. Poindexter, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Good call from him. We got another caller, man, and he's going to let you know about the guys that you really need to take a real good look at. And that's my guy, Jim Laws. He's going to let you know, man. Jim, you're live.
How you doing, Law?
I'm doing great. Brandon Smith, all of those boys.
I had a list longer than Shaq Speed of, points that I wanted to make that, I'll be damned if I can remember them all.
That's okay.
Like Turpin, obvious, but I had no idea that Jabril Cox was so fast. He was everywhere all at the same time. Bam, 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 all over. One side to the next. And as far as I'm concerned, Ferguson kind of gave Schultz his pink slip. He can block, he can catch, and Tyler Smith. I don't know whether they just don't leave him right where he's at right now. He's a beast. In a phone booth. You got Zach Martin on one side and Tyler on the other. Mm-hmm. The lanes that Zeke can get through there are insane. Or Pollard, when you don't put him in the slot. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. All of these guys.
I'd call Jabril the piranha the way he looked tonight. My goodness, they called LVE, the Wolf. So I mean, that's his alma mater. But my goodness, he was drawing blood.
You ain't lying. Laws, man. It's been such a good thing watching this team develop the way they are.
I was so afraid Turpin would get annihilated the first time he got lit up, but he's too fast for him to hit. It's like he sees an alley and poof, he's gone like a jitterbug.
Yeah, he's getting up out of there. Yeah.
I think he'd be good in certain places, as a receiver, like taking the top off the defense. I'm sure his route tree would be limited, but hell, I am happy. This left a much better taste in my mouth than last week.
It did.
And I know a few of the guys aren't there now. They cut 5 of them, but I like their depth and what we got. And I just don't know how we're going to keep them all.
No doubt, Jim. Man, I appreciate you so much. Let me hear you say it before I let you roll now.
How about them Cowboys?
That's my guy, Jim Laws, man. Y'all respect the Laws up in there. And to his point, I think that Schultz is a hell of a tight end for us. I look at it like this. I had McEwing as the number 2 tight end. Now I got it like this. Dalton Schultz, number 1, and then I have to add in Jake Ferguson. I'm not finna anoint Jake Ferguson all the way like Jim Laws just did, but I can tell you that this tight end room is going to be a unique room for us. And the middle of the field, what Coach Marv was talking about, where we should attack, I think that the Cowboys will do just that. And let me get the movie star up in here, man. From the 316, you in the mix.
Oh, man, what's going on, baby?
Man, all good, man. I can't complain.
Man, I look, after what I seen, I think I want some payback for what D Jack did to us with her. That's all I see. I wanted to skate down the foul line a couple of times on Philly.
Yes, indeed. I thought Turpin was going to do that on one of those touchdowns where he kind of he ain't showboat all.
He kind of did on that first one.
He kind of
did on that first one.
Okay.
He kind of Deion'd a little bit on that first one. He was like, he had every right to.
Yeah, he had every right to. It's been a minute since we seen something like this.
Boy, hey, listen, I was at work. I was at work watching the game on my phone. And yes, I had the white folks looking at me crazy. Because the first thing I said, who's Simon now?
That boy
so everybody can put away the tissue.
I know, right? Yeah.
Put away the tissue. Yeah. We good. This is what we needed, some good tape to build on.
We did. We needed.
And we can really start evaluating people.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Because I feel like Turpin, he solidified his role.
He did.
He did what they expected him to do. That's the whole reason why they went and got him.
They don't need to see him next week. We just need to rest him up.
Sit him down.
Mm-hmm.
Sit him down and figure out how y'all gonna use him throughout the offense.
Yeah, 9 routes, flag routes, some skinny posts. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, end around.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of it.
Sweeps. Yeah.
All of that. Work on that. Don't show nothing else.
Nothing else, man.
The team's got what they needed to see. And let them think that he's just a kick returner and punt returner.
That's his hitting weapon right there. Appreciate you, my dog.
That's it. All right.
That's my guy, man. Hey, let me hear you
Cowboy
say it,
Nation, let him hang.
Let him hang.
Let him hang.
Hey, did you hear what she said earlier, though?
What?
Nah, I ain't gonna repeat it. Just rewind all the way to the beginning. That's my girl, man. But appreciate you, fam.
All right, bro. Take it easy now.
Oh my gosh, man. She said, let them hang. But then she said they got to stop getting into that, you know what? Oh, man. I can't repeat it. We going to jump over to my guy from the 863. Scott, what's good?
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief, man. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man. Well, to hear all these guys on the phone, including myself, at 2:20 a.m. in Florida, kind of lets me know that our relationship like kind of sucks, that we ain't got no woman tugging on us right now. That's kind of concerning to me right now as I get done cutting my hair for church in the morning. But yeah, I'm gonna state the obvious that Turpin is a dog. I was headed home watching the game. We were celebrating my daughter's 15th birthday tonight.
Okay.
At Dave and Buster's, man, I turned the game on. I'm like, this dude is smoking, bro.
Yeah,
he is smoking. I mean, oh man, use him as much as you can, man. Hey, he earning that check. Use him. You know what I'm saying? To see him run like that. But after saying that and seeing that, you know, the offensive line did a great job, the running backs did a great job. I was happy to see that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna prop my feet up on the table and pour a glass of lemonade and chill. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not impressed at all with Bossman Fat's play and Nashawn Wright. I'm not impressed with those two at all, bro. They're very concerning. This is preseason, and they're not stopping those receivers, bro. This is second string to third string they're going up against?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody been paying attention to that, but Bossman, I don't even know what kind of name is Bossman Fat anyway for a 20-something-year-old anyway. That's neither here nor there. But I'm not impressed with him, bro. I'm kind of disappointed.
Kelvin Joseph for right now until he catch an interception.
Yeah, Kelvin Joseph, man. I'm
Kelvin.
I saw a lot of stuff tonight and last game. I'm like, dude, it's like you know, that situation that happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got off. It's almost like something bothering his mind, bro.
Yeah. He had a good play of a ball bat down, breakthrough, you know, but we need to see multiples, you know.
Need to see more than that. Need to see some interceptions, you know, some good coverage like Byron Jones. I mean, if you can't get an interception, just cover like and don't receive the catcher like Byron Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said baby fat.
Yeah, baby fat. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna say too much about Nashawn Wright because I be DMing his mom on Instagram. She that's a true story. That is a true story. That is a true story. Cowboy Nation. His mom is cute, and I be DMing her on Instagram. That is not a lie. She replied back one time. Maybe if I do a comedy show in Dallas, she'll come. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I said. Yeah, number 2, man. Hey, that boy's a baller, man, and it was good to see Greer out there.
Yeah,
and, he moved the offense, bro. So it was a good showing tonight. I can't get too excited because number 1 is still preseason, and you know we still got some kinks to work out. But I mean, the penalties was a lot lower tonight. That was good. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Smith, bro, you're a dog.
Your dog, man. Appreciate you, man, so much for rocking with me tonight, man.
Hey, Law, you know I love you, man. I'm still waiting on your number because I got a couple shows coming up. I need to see your face in the audience, bro.
Okay, cool, man. Look, I'm gonna text it. I'm gonna send it over to you, man, in the next 24 hours, man. All right, I got you.
Bro. You got Cowboy Nation. How about the goddamn Cowboys and them cheerleaders? They finally got a black girl on there. All right, y'all. I'm out.
That boy fool, man. Oh my gosh. I know that cheerleader too, man. You better be careful with her, man. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. All right, so he liked the cheerleader and he liked Nashawn Wright's mom, man. We're gonna have to see how we can make this man happy, man. For the future, you know. All right, so let's listen to 105.3 The Fan. Let's see if they got anything going here.
For you. And no,
they got it on commercial break. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Nashawn was going to be all right. I think that, you know, he got hit with that D ball. He got to know, hey, keep his, you know, he's playing boundary technique, squeeze him to the sideline. If they call him for being over physical or over aggressive, then that just be what it is. But he can't give up that big pass. As far as Kelvin Joseph, look, I know how the Jones operate. They're going to at least try to keep Kelvin Joseph before they try to pay extra money for Anthony Brown, because this is a contract year for him, $5 million he's playing on, and then Jordan Lewis. They trying to cut or trim the fat. So they're going to look at it like, man, we can still develop Kelvin Joseph versus cutting the man for someone else. And then they don't want to fall on the sword for cutting their last year's second-round draft pick in his second year. They're not finna do that. They're not. As much as we despise all of the off-the-field situation, all this off-season and his field of play, they look at it differently. Jason, appreciate you. He says the nasty dog is going to take his head off. Yeah, defense, and put them in a la land. Yep. So let's go Cowboys now and forever. So how about them Cowboys? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He said he tweaked his ankle, but he will be fine. Who tweaked their ankle? Who tweaked it? Who tweaking their ankles out here?
541.
Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about Turpin's weight. I see my guy Choctaw was like, hey, let him at least gain 20 pounds. If he do, that will be for next year, not for this year. That's 20 pounds. If he's 174, there'll be 20 pounds or such. I don't want him to try to do that because where is it going to go? 20 pounds in the next 2 or 3 months, that ain't healthy 20 pounds. And that's going to take away from what he got. So I would like for him to stay his size for right now. And remember, the bigger the muscle, the more the pull can happen, right? The more the hamstring can snap up. The bigger the frame in a short period of time, the more issues you can have. I like him vibrating at what he's at and let him be for what he is. 155 pound, 5'7.5", what have you, wide receiver / punt return guy. He getting too much sandwiches. It looked like on one of those plays, Marquise Bell tweak his ankle. Okay. It looked like one of the plays, the punter got close, but he turned it all the way in. I know he was letting up on his route. 20 more pounds. Y'all remember, everybody loved Felix Jones, but Felix thought that if he can gain a few pounds, that he would be able to endure the entire season. And Felix Jones started off looking like David Chappelle and then ended up looking like bowling ball with legs. So we don't want that to happen for Felix Jones, right? We don't want that to happen for Felix Jones. We for dog sure don't want this to happen to Turpin, right? We just need Turpin to be Turpin. Let him run so fast that they can't hit him.
Big hit on Johnson, the quarterback at Denver, and then Johnson just got rid of the ball just in time, and it ended up being a touchdown, the one that went over Nahshon Wright. That he was so close to, and then tonight though he just full extension, dive, effort. Those are the drills you see in training camp where the quarterback holds the ball, moves in the pocket, and then you always see the defenders try and slap the ball out of the quarterback's hands while being blocked. That's just a tremendous effort on his part. By the way, I need to get on Bobby Belt. I'm sure he's listening right now. About that thing, and that he sent me. He said Hendershot's the one that got the block in the back. He sent me the video of it.
He's got receipts, bro.
He's got receipts. Bobby, you cannot. I do a podcast with Bobby. I love doing it. By the way, Love of the Star. For you folks out there that want to
go subscribe and download.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Get a really good Dallas Cowboys podcast. Me and Bobby do one 3 times a week, and then so anyway. But Bobby, he will not let you win any type of argument. His guy, he is always going to defend his guys.
100%.
So, good for him.
He's relentless.
Yeah.
Go check out The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly from Bobby Belt, the Cowboys insider of the Cowboys flagship, 105 Through the Fan, 105throughthefan.com. As soon as the game was over, Bobby already had the full Good, Bad, and the Ugly up at 105throughthefan.com. By the way, that Tristan Hill strip sack and recovery, the defensive stand of the game, brought to you by Reliant, an NRG company. A lot of people on the text line at 877-881-1053 talking about Armstrong. Armstrong would be the ideal trade guy. Great work. We talked about that last segment with.
I think he's the one guy that has the most
value.
That's something that somebody would want, because you can, as a pro scout, you can look at his tape from last year, and this guy's not the most expensive player as a defensive end. Now, you get him for a year, all of a sudden he has a big year. You're probably going to have to pay him. But at least you had him for a year to work on to try and get that contract done. But man, I tell you, he's one of the guys that I thought, when Randy went on his way to Denver, everybody's like going, Sam Williams, and I'm like, no, man, I think Dorrance Armstrong's going to be that starter at right defensive end. So him, keep an eye on Fowler, that situation as well. And then Williams also getting some work over there too.
Has Williams been disappointing to you?
No, because I understood.
Man, Williams, that was a crazy call on him. I think Williams did a great job. I think that people fail to realize he's still a rookie. Sam Williams is showing his speed. As far as what Brian Broaddus is saying about his pass rush technique, look at the last game. Look at the Denver Broncos game. I think he showed some displacements of getting his separation. Now, he's raw. I think that what we would see out of Sam Williams, the better part of Sam Williams would be when the first team is out there and you sprinkle Sam Williams in. And I'm glad that he's getting it out of the mud. He gets so close to the quarterback. Now, it is idiotic to me for even people having the conversation about Dante Fowler not making his team. It's idiotic to me. It's foolish talking to me. Now, they could be right about it. Shout out to those guys that say those things. But what I'm trying to tell people is that Fowler, look at his anticipation, look at his impact, his bursts, his get off, his releases there. I do like the fact that even with Fowler sprinkled in with the first team, is going to be able to make some things happen for this team. Don't look at Fowler, the offsides. I think it was Basham today that had the offsides or what have you. You got to figure out a way to keep those dogs out there. Don't listen to the people saying, "Hey man, he ain't gonna make." Nah. It'll be foolish, in my opinion, to get rid of Fowler. I think that Fowler, he knows he want to work with this team. He want to work with Dan Quinn. He really loved being here in Dallas, right? Disregard the $10,000 fine that they gave him. That's just the aficionados and the critics from the upper room, if we can say that, from Roger Goodell's camp, just picking on a kid. Fowler is a beast. I think that he make this team. Trust and believe. And call me crazy, I would rather have Fowler over Dorrance Armstrong at this point, even though Dorrance Armstrong is ahead of him. I think that Fowler gives you a little bit more spices, and I really like Fowler on this team. I just have a feeling that he can give you those double-digit sacks.
At the defensive line, which is,
But not this year.
It's halfway there.
Sometimes it happens that way.
It's halfway there.
Yeah.
I'd like to have depth at both lines. Anybody else stand out to you from this game? You think about the corners. What Jabril Cox?
I wrote down Turpin, McQuamwu, this Bronson, who I had no idea.
Josiah Bronson,
he just kept showing up. Chauncey Golston was in on a lot of plays in this game. Tristan Hill, I mentioned. Ferguson, Malik Davis. I thought Connor McGovern at right guard was pretty good in this game. Farniak, and then also
Farniak was really good.
I don't think Ball was terrible. There were a couple of reps there from what I saw off the TV copy, and I'll get the all-22 here coming up real soon. I'm interested to see how he did in pass protection. But they didn't. They ran 52 plays. So there's probably not going to be a whole hell of a lot to grade there. But, probably some good work and some work you're going to go, that was a little shaky there.
Yeah.
So in terms of a very interesting battle, Rico Dowdle, Malik Davis, obviously they're keeping Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. Would they keep 4 running backs?
They'll get cute and they'll think they can't do anything. They really like Rico. I will say this about Malik. Malik is one of those guys that I remember when I got down to the very end of watching tape. I was down to my 187. And Bobby Belt goes to me and he goes, have you watched this Malik Davis from Florida? And I'm like, no. He goes, you probably want to. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because the Cowboys absolutely love
him. Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I go, well, I started looking at the numbers. I'm like, Bobby, he doesn't even really play. He's not even a full-time guy. He's like a rotational. But I watched tape. He had like 6 carries. It was these like low.
They had like 3 guys
numbers.
In Florida.
But, he could catch the ball. There was some pass protection there. But it was one of those things. And then all of a sudden, Bobby goes, hey, man, I just heard Malik Davis is a 30-visit guy for the Cowboys. I'm like, what? So the Cowboys, what I'm trying to say is the Cowboys were on him really early. I mean, really early. This wasn't one of those, oh, hey, well, I guarantee you Malik Davis was on their draft board and they got him as an undrafted free agent. He probably was a 5th, 6th round guy on their draft board.
One thing that killed Malik Davis was his 4.72 speed. That was the only thing that killed him. He does everything well.
Or he's 23 years old as a rookie.
Yeah.
5'10", 200 pounds.
What are his numbers?
Well, over the course of 5 seasons, 284 attempts and 5.2 per carry.
Yeah.
5.2.
It's not bad in the SEC.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He did not. They rotated. And
He had
Dan
92 carries last year, which was the most he had had.
Yeah,
by
Dan
far.
Mullen, I mean, they just rotated back after back.
Yeah, they had a
after
big back. They had a little
in that
scat
thing.
back, and they had him.
And, like, I mean, I was like, when you watched him play, it was like, wait a minute, he's not in the lineup anymore. They rotated their guys, so you had to kind of catch him. But they give the Cowboys a lot of credit. They saw something in the player. Like I say, enough to make him a 30-visit guy.
So back to the question: will they keep 4? And if not, if they're keeping 3, who are you keeping, Dowdle or Davis?
Man, I saw
Davis,
Twitter lighting up about Davis.
You got to keep 4 of them.
Dowdle, man, that's tough.
You got to look at
Rico in this game, 13
Pollard,
for 44,
not as a
3.4 per carry, had a
running
touchdown.
back.
Malik Davis, 8 for 37, 4.6 per carry.
Got to
with a
keep
touchdown.
Davis.
Got to figure
man.
out what's going on too. You got to figure out what's going on special teams there.
And even Aaron, he didn't look bad though.
Doing one of those.
Can't
Is
keep
he
him all,
doing? See, they talked about Dowdle being maybe a kickoff return guy too.
He's a kickoff return guy.
So-
And we did see Davis. I think we saw Davis return a kick too.
He sure did.
Yeah, but
that's going to be. Jerry Jones will tell you what the third
Keep
back
4
has
running
to be.
backs, yeah.
Third back
Tony?
has to be able to play special teams, and this is where it could very well come down to. They might get cute and have to carry both backs. so.
AC money, come
I-
on, man.
I would-
AC money in the chat,
They got
man.
other positions.
You must be out of your
They've got some other
goddamn
Talk about the defensive line.
Yeah, they've got some other positions.
I know you're
they
joking,
absolutely
AC
need
money.
to take care of. That have guys that they need to carry maybe a little bit more, and carrying 4 backs might be a luxury for them.
Well, look, I mean, Zeke Elliott, we expect to get most of the carries.
Yes.
We hope Tony Pollard ends up getting some carries.
Yeah.
There's just not enough carries to go. We're not. This is not the type of offense that's going to have carries for a third back, unless obviously, heaven forbid, something happened to one of those first 2. So,
Right.
I mean, you're right. The
You
big
gotta keep
difference
4
being
of
it
them,
comes
though.
down
You
to
gotta
what you
figure
can
out a
do
way, though.
in terms of being a special teams contributor.
They're tough backs. All the backs that the Cowboys have are
physical,
tough running backs for sure.
That's Brian Broaddus, Super Bowl winning NFL scout. I am Ari Temkin, taking your phone calls and your texts until 2 a.m.
They going all the way to 2. All right, so all right, Cowboy Nation, and it's 1:38 where I'm at. We'll chop up some fam work. It'll be first thing in the morning time. I reached out to my guy to see whether or not he give me some all 22. He may be snoozed off. He may be asleep. You got to do some work around for that all 22 these days. I do know when the season kickoff, I will have direct access, but preseason all 22 is really hard to get. Maybe you guys could check out my other guys like A to Z Sports Dallas. Skywalker may have it, as well as Vach Lombardi. He may have the all 22 where you guys can get some more in-depth studies of the game of preseason. Look for some close-up looks for me in the morning time, as well as some more film chop-ups, maybe of Cavante Turpin. Also, leave me down below who you guys want me to take a real good focal clip on, and I can try to give you guys my thoughts on that, but leave that in the comment box. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to check out 105.3 The Fan. Been rocking with those guys ever since I started YouTube, doing this type of post-game reaction. Just go back and you'll see on my previous videos throughout the year. I thank those who called in. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to Coach Marv. Shout out to my guy Point Dexter, and all of the ladies that call in too. I really appreciate them. And Scott, man, he always leave a little humor out there for all of us. I really appreciate everybody, man. I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some film. I'm gonna grab me something to eat too. I know it's late. Find me something to eat. feed my soul over here, and then we'll get right back to it, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate you guys so much. I do. I truly do. But if you're here watching, be sure to smash that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Put fire down there. And when you're sharing, that's the best currency for the nation. Also, Cowboy Nation, when you like it, it's also a good currency for the nation. It is transferable. It is a thing that gives me feedback. And whether or not you liked it or not, I love it. I love it. And I thank those who subscribe to the SOCs. That's subscriber only crew. I appreciate you guys so much for all of that. You know, earlier today, I mentioned about moments like this, right? There are three type of people out there in this world. A person that watch things happen, a person that look around the corner and make things happen, and a person that sit back and say, man, what just happened? And I said, on this day, you got to be the person to make something happen. And today, baby, Kevontae Turpin made something happen, right? It's the subtle things that I was able to pull apart from this game. Simi Fehoko, didn't he make something happen today, baby? Woo! I love it. On that play, it was 3rd and long, and he shielded off his body, used his frame, pulled the ball back into his side. I said, yeah, I love it. Jabril Cox did a great play. Now, the play that the running back or the quarterback skirted out of it, I give him a pass on that. I love seeing this, right? I love knowing that these guys are putting it all out there on the field. I tell people all the time, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all of the things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and you lose all terror of your mind for it. If you were simple, or just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence. And that is what Turpin had out there, right? That boy had some good confidence. Take it all the way to the house. Love what I'm saying. Let's continue to elevate this. Bland, he didn't play bad at all as well. Deshaun, he got to wake up and step up. He's okay. Let's make it happen. DC for life, Cowboy Nation. Write all of that down. Write it down. We up out. In the shout out to the 88 Cutlets and shout out to that Lincoln Continental. Supreme, baby. We getting up out of here. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. Let's roll these credits around here. Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me.
Thank y'all for jumping in. Come on out to Cowboys Experience. I promise you. I promise you.
Hit the door and the door
you won't have a good time. You will have a great time. Come on, shout out to your super chats. St. Clair, Eddie, Jones, and Jason Renfro.
Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up. Talk of the time when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough.
Appreciate y'all so much for help growing the
I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo.
Shout out to the Chevy Rollers. Chuck, what's good?
I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway.
I do.
I got paid to play today.
Come on.
I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. never
out
sell
to
my
you.
only soul.
AB.
Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
Come on, who
now
needs
you're
some
all
milk
on
over
live
here?
acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no
Let's slow it
photos.
down, baby.
No, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze.
Come on. I love this song. Yeah. Let's get it.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Come on.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow.
I imagine
Wherever you go,
right now you're feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole. Again.
you won't break my soul.
Emotional damage.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Stop, Steve! Come back, Steve!
That was easy.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous.
That's what it sound like when they hit you. Just
Ideas don't determine who's right. Power determines who's right.
I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Come on.
Spartan! What is your profession?
Doesn't feel that far. So far.
Come on.
So far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the bass. We about. Salute.
I want me some glory hole.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know. So you understand the words I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Ah!